What is up, fan squad? Let me get this. What is up, fan squad? It's Justin back again here, aka JT, aka Quo. And today I just, want to chill with you guys. I'm out here, getting some takeout from PF Chang's. I got some Mongolian beef and egg drop soup. Waiting for it now, and I have plenty of time, so I figured why not talk to you guys? Why not? And in case you guys don't know, egg drop soup is by far the best soup in the world. Dead serious. The thing with the egg drop soup is that it is so foreign, and I used to have it as a kid so much, then I think that's why, that's the reason why I like it so much. But anyways, a lot of things have just been going on this week that I haven't been able to do things. For starters, I relapsed on NoFap, and that was hard. Especially because I made a commitment and made a couple of videos about it, and the videos were doing really well compared to my other videos. And I just kind of failed, dude. And I don't know, I just need that motivation again to get back into things and get back into the swing. But I'm sure it'll come. I've started eating meat again, and that's really been another bad choice I made. Cause I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was a vegan for about 3-4 months, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of people say that they don't really feel a difference. They don't think there's a big difference when you're vegan. But I can really attest that there's a huge difference. I felt so much healthier and active, and I felt really good. It was just myself. My self-esteem was high. I noticed so many positive benefits, and I kind of relapsed. Just some things happened in my personal life where I couldn't afford necessarily all of those items anymore. I couldn't afford, nice quinoa with some bell peppers and tomatoes in it. Or I couldn't afford, 6-7 cucumbers a week. But that's been really tough on me. But I've noticed a lot in the news today about what's been going on with this makeup company. So for those of you who don't know, and I'm just describing it for you, you guys can check all the relevant information by just typing it in on Google. But this makeup company called Tart released a bunch of makeup, right? And they had a lot of colors for people who are white, but they didn't have many for people who were light-skinned or of other people of color. And a lot of people were upset about that. A lot of people are upset about that. And I kind of have a different perspective because I'm white myself, and my girlfriend is mixed, so we had very different opinions on it. And I'm just gonna kind of give you both sides of it. No judgment. This is me trying to be nice as possible, friendly, have a civil conversation, just really air out, some facts. So, her opinion of it was, listen, if you're a company, why wouldn't you want to branch out and attract all these customers? You're losing out on so many customers by not attracting people of color with their makeup. And I agreed with it. I said, hey, listen, that's okay. I can see that. I think it's the corporation's choice, but whatever. And, she kept saying how it's very wrong in society today where it's very hard for girls to buy makeup, okay? In general. And now you're a person of color, and, there's a makeup brand that's, that's not as much makeup out there that you could be, using to look pretty. And I really understood that, and I didn't understand. I don't agree with it, but you know what? I understand, and I think that's what the key to the issue is you need to understand. And from my opinion, everybody needs to understand that too, the same way that I need to understand everybody else's. So my opinion on it was, I said, listen, a corporation, if they don't want to make makeup for some colored people, they don't have to. They're a business. Maybe they're catering to white people, and specifically, and that's totally okay. That's what every business does. If a business didn't have a niche, then there would be nothing that separates businesses. What if every restaurant served all restaurant foods? Chinese food, Vietnamese, and all these, French, and all these different types of food in one restaurant? Then what would be the point of having a Chinese restaurant? So I kind of told her that. She didn't really take it happily, and we ended up having a super deep conversation about what race really means for us in our relationship. And I can really tell you guys that as you know, me being a white person and never experiencing any sort of racism outside of the music industry, I really noticed that I was getting treated differently. And I seriously noticed it. I had people ask me, like, why are you dating a black girl? Or why are you dating a mixed girl? In my mind, I didn't really get that until I started dating her. I said, why does it matter? Why does it matter what color I'm dating? We all bleed the same. We're all human beings. We're humans first and a race second. We are the human race. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. So when I heard them talking about it, and people kept asking me about it and asking that same question, I ended up just getting so fed up with it. I was like, this is really racist. And there were many other times that had been racist like that. I've had people say, "Oh, how does it feel with you know, black girl attitude, dealing with her attitude, and how is she? Oh, she's mixed. Is, you know, she really family oriented?" Like, these are questions that should not even be in the conversation. Who gives a shit? You know, who cares? I don't care what her attitude is. I don't care how tight her family is. I just know that I love her. I don't see her as, you know, a person of color. And she was asking me, she said, "Babe, when you look at me, what do you see?" And I said, "I don't know. I can't really tell you that. I see you as a human being. I don't see you as anything different." And she said, "Well, you know, I hate for you having to deal with that." And I said, "I know. I can see that. And I really, it's very hard for me to deal with too, because I'm definitely decreasing a lot of expectations that I've had personally about race. I grew up in a very Christian Republican household, so I'm sure you could connect the dots. And it was very hard for me to come to grips with the fact that racism is existent in, you know, today's lives. And it really is. It really is. People, I know, let me speak to just the white people out there. Racism exists. I have witnessed it myself in the music industry. I can speak for myself personally. And it also happens when you're dating someone of color, right? And I think that in this makeup situation, they kind of follow the same things. They kind of follow the same rules and same patterns. You know, I get that they want to, you know, have a niche in the makeup industry. You know, very good with white people, if that's even the case, right? But I think it's not really racist, but you know what someone told me once really stuck with me. They said, it doesn't matter if you're not offended, it matters if they're offended. And you know, people of color were offended. And it wasn't just one or two people, it was a lot of people. A lot. And for it to be that many people and for them not to have a big deal out of it, I can't really knock them for it. I can't. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that racism definitely exists in the world. And I know it because I've experienced it. I personally have not had anybody I know experience it except for me. But I do know that a lot of it exists out there. You know, I've known friends of friends who have had racist things happen to them. For example, my friend Sean. His father had a lot of racist things happen to him. Had a lot. And when I hear those stories, my heart just cringes. We're all humans. We are all, you know, God-loving individuals. We should be role models for society. And we're not doing that right now. If they feel like they're getting treated differently, then we should do our best to make sure they don't feel that way. You know, you wouldn't want to feel out of the loop. You wouldn't want to feel out of the loop in situations. Come on. We are godly. We believe that, you know, this earth is our steward, and the people are made in a divine creation, and that are made perfect and blessed in every little everything. I don't know, dude. It's very hard for me to wrap myself around these words. But we are God loving. We are all creatures celebrating God's image. And we were created in God's image, all of us. White, brown, black, fucking green, orange if you're talking about Donald Trump. Orange if you're talking about him. We are all created equal. Okay? And what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot of controversy around this, and there are two sides to every story, guys. And so, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. But you need to do it respectfully. You need to. And if you don't do it respectfully, then that's why we have these issues. We're not civil anymore. We need to treat each other like we're brothers. I said in one of my songs, I said, we need to treat our brothers like mothers and our enemies like brothers. Okay? That's exactly what we need to do. Because when we start preaching some self-love and some good times to everybody becomes happy. Everybody becomes living graciously and be more open-minded to our spiritual sides of things. Okay? So, dear white people, just take a step back and try to put yourselves in their shoes. And then maybe you'll be able to find the truth.